We are on the air here.
Oh my
We're
gosh.
officially off the radio and on the air.
Yeah, hello everyone. Welcome to the Overtime Live podcast. Jeff Parles, Joe Leyland, Andy Humphrey here. I'm in my home in Jersey. Andy Humphrey's in Lincoln, Nebraska right now.
Yeah.
Andy, tell everyone how you're doing.
I'm good. I am in a sort of a broadcast booth. It's more of a cubicle.
Most official
So,
out of all of us.
Joe Leyland in Columbia, Missouri. Joe, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm just living on campus. A little bit of a ghost town over summer, which is surprising me a bit, but summer classes hasn't started yet, so
Okay.
living out here on East Campus. A lot of ramen, a lot of...
Where's the sound coming from? I found it. There we go. My Google Plus decided to start playing the podcast on my own Google Plus.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I was hearing double. But we're gonna do this. We're gonna try to do this once a week here for you folks that actually did listen to us on KCOU back in Columbia. We'll that show will never be back again, as we know.
No.
Unfortunately.
but,
Maybe
you can-
podcast form.
Yeah, we actually could probably keep this podcast the whole year.
Mm-hmm.
Except we'll all be in one location soon, so in about 2.5 months, so that'll make it a little easier.
Definitely.
Looking at it, Humph will be. You can hear Humphrey. What time's Salute Your Sports? 10 a.m. on Saturday.
It's 12 noon.
You're now noon.
No, it's always been noon.
Oh well.
No,
How will I know?
you don't know when we're on.
Yeah.
And noon on Saturdays.
Well, actually, to be honest, we're all 24 hours within each other. Big Three for me, Friday at noon. Andy Humphrey, Salute Your Sports, Saturday at noon. And Joe Leyland, his new show with that fool Andrew Weiss who didn't see me at the Met game.
He didn't see you?
No, he did not. He said he didn't want to leave his seat, unfortunately, or fortunately.
Excuses. Here we go.
And Mike Bauer, the uberly talented Mike Bauer, you can hear him on some American Legion baseball in the St. Louis area. They'll be at noon. Joe, is your show Cross Country had anything planned yet?
Still in the kind of working out stage of it. Over summer, I'm hosting a show along with a couple other people staying at Mizzou. Going to kind of try and practice some ideas out there and then nail it down in the fall semester with Weiss and Bauer.
You guys are a weekend show, right, Joe, for this summer?
Yeah, we are Saturdays 12 to 2, I believe.
Well, the two
That's
Saturdays,
Oh,
KCOU,
that is when we are on.
88.1 FM in Columbia.
Wait, is that for summer?
That's just summer, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it. We're just on for summer.
I see.
But a lot of sports going on, and not only in Andy's great
American
Air Hogs team.
American Association.
Last night, the Heat take the 3-1 lead over Indiana in the NBA Eastern Conference Finals. Kings up 3-1 on the Blackhawks in the Western Conference Finals. In the Stanley Cup playoffs, you got the Rangers looking to close out the Canadiens tonight in the Centre Bell in Montreal. And what are we forgetting? We got San Antonio up 2-1 over the Thunder. Andy, your thoughts on the current series going on?
Which one?
Any of them?
Any of them.
Yeah.
I will say, I thought the Pacers would be a little more competitive.
Really? Even after their whole marathon of the half year?
When they can turn it on against the Heat, though.
Yeah.
And I expected more from them.
I mean, the problem yesterday was Roy Hibbert. He was the guy who was having his...
Well, you never know what he's going to do now. He's going to be
Did he go
in and
scoreless again
out.
last night?
He went scoreless again last night. 5 rebounds, though.
And Chris Bosh totally dominated him on the
Oh,
trim. Even that's a tough matchup for Roy Hibbert and his 7'2" body, but again, just inefficient. You saw frustration on the Pacers players too, as well.
Oh yeah, you can see it. You can see it. There is no fight. There is no energy. They basically gave up in that last few minutes. So I haven't seen that from a conference finals team in a while.
And Paul George quotes that he thought they deserved to win the game, the Pacers, that they outplayed the Demise.
20-point game in the third quarter. I don't know what Paul George is talking about. I'll be honest with you.
Same game? Talking about game 2?
I'll be honest with you guys. I watched probably about 8 minutes of game time last night in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Wow, I watched more than you.
Yeah, no, I was
gosh.
all in on the the festivities in Los Angeles. Both the Kings challenging the Blackhawks again, and the near Hyunjin Ryu perfect game, which
Oh yeah, I was watching a little bit of that too.
which
I watched
how
some
crazy-
scorers run.
How cool! He for a big guy, he moves pretty well actually.
Oh yeah,
The
big. Got that jacket on.
the best part about that obviously would have been 2 straight no hitters for the Dodgers. That would have been crazy.
Oh.
That'd be impressive.
Well, they did set
where-
17 consecutive hitless innings
Pretty good.
for the Dodgers. That's pretty good. That's a record.
That's impressive. No doubt about that one.
Yeah.
I'll say this. Of course, we're as usual. We don't stay on topic for more than about 2.5 minutes. We've actually shattered that record already.
Oh
I
yeah.
would say that we're probably what are we about 4 minutes into this thing, and we probably stay
Maybe.
on topic longer than anything we've done all year. I will say this. Looking at these other series going on, I don't think the Blackhawks are dead yet. Contrary to what some people believe, including their own fan base, declaring them dead. They're not dead. They were down 3-1 to the Red Wings last year. Granted, the Kings are a lot better than the Red Wings were last year, but you can't doubt the heart of a champion, as Andy's boy Rudy Tomjanovich once said.
That is right.
Montreal's in a lot more trouble than Chicago, I'd say, for my two cents on hockey.
I'll say this: the Canadiens, Dustin. I've actually watched that series pretty intently due to the fact that I was up in the tri-state area during Games 3 and Game 4. But Dustin Tokarski really has not been the problem. The backup goaltender who's been playing for the injured Carey Price, he hasn't been the problem. It's just the Rangers have just been quicker than the Canadiens have been this whole. The Canadiens, excuse me. I got one of my friends from home also on Twitter, just a good friend, Ray McDowell, typing in whenever it's the Canadians, like it has the E at the end, not an A. He's just typing it in like they're regular Canadians.
Canadians.
It's Canadiens.
Yeah, no, well, of course you know that. Les Habitants.
Well, of course, Capitan.
The Habs.
Yeah, we have. So I think the Rangers close out Montreal tonight. I really do. I think the Kings are going to have to work. I think they're going to lose tomorrow night. Hawks will force a Game 6, and I think if LA is going to want to go to the Stanley Cup Finals, they better win Game 6. Because if it gets back to a Game 7 at the United Center, Blackhawks will probably win.
Despite the success that the Kings have had in Game 7, do you still think so?
It's tough to win 3 straight, Joe.
It is.
They're both of these teams, actually, if the Rangers, the stat I saw yesterday, if the Rangers and the Kings make the Stanley Cup Finals, it will be the first time ever that a team will have played two 7-game series in the first 2 rounds and made it to the Stanley Cup Finals.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Dang.
Goes to show how much people, how much those
Or excuse
players
me, not
get
made the
gassed.
Stanley Cup Finals. We'll have a winner in the Stanley Cup Finals. We went 7 in the first 2 series. So,
Okay.
and obviously the Rangers and the Kings have both went 7 those first 2. And you blame the Penguins right now for the Rangers still being alive. And Joe Langland, San Jose Sharks with the nice choke job in round 1.
Oh yeah.
What else is new? We just
What else?
won the choke job every year. I don't know how we're going to beat it next year, but we
My
will.
hockey team is doing pretty good.
But the Houston Aeros, are they even still around, Andy?
No, they're not still around. They're in Des Moines now.
Yeah, they're down
They
at the
moved.
Des Moines Wild.
Leslie Alexander pushed him out of the Toyota Center. So
Looking other sports, obviously the NBA. I think we already touched enough on Pacers Heat. I think that series ends tomorrow night.
I think it does too.
I just don't see Indiana having anything left, and Paul George still may be concussed. Those comments that he said that Joe brought up earlier, just asinine.
Oh, gosh. Come on, Paul.
Just absolutely ridiculous. You look at it, otherwise, Spurs, Thunder, Surge, Bill Russell, Ibaka came back the other night.
He made it look like it could be a compelling series.
I just still don't see it. I think Oklahoma State, I know they ran them out of the... Go ahead, Joe.
I still think San Antonio is the best team, but Ibaka was really the one player in the regular season, more so than Durant and Westbrook, that caused San Antonio trouble. I think they could stretch it out to maybe a 6-game series. Before Ibaka was coming back, it was going to be a clean sweep. I think that we could agree on that. There was just too much frustration on the point of Durant and Westbrook. But Reggie Jackson also inserted to the starting lineup was proved pretty pivotal for Scott Brooks, and I think it could be interesting. I'm still going to go San Antonio in 6, I would say. But Ibaka, it was more than a game changer. He saved the series.
I honestly think San Antonio wins tonight and closes it out in 5, Joe.
Really?
Yeah, I honestly, I think at this point, I think San Antonio's point. Oklahoma City was not going to get swept out of these playoffs. They just weren't.
Yeah.
They got their home game. I know Ibaka played pretty well in game 3, but that's a bad injury. And
he looked like he was hobbling after, too.
It's going to stiffen up. It's going to stiffen up after 48 hours. I just don't see San Antonio losing tonight. I think the Spurs win tonight, close it out on 2 nights from now. So that would be Thursday. I think we're going to have a 5-game series in both NBA series, so that we're going to have some time off before the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
Yeah, the rematch.
That would be a week.
I think they would start it on Sunday if they both close it out this week.
That'd be my.
I saw that it starts Thursday. Next Thursday.
They might start it on June 3rd, Tuesday. Then, if they close it out early, it doesn't matter. I won't be seeing any of it. It'll be a nice 3 a.m. local time for football for me.
Oh, really?
Over in Italy.
In Italy.
You will be in Italy.
That's
right.
Over
Multicultural, Jeff.
You gonna send me some pizza?
Why would I do that? If anything, I'll send you some wine, Jeff.
There you go. I need something more than this ramen out here.
What's wrong with ramen, dude?
It's good to start out with, and then you have a week's full of ramen, and the diet dies out.
Where's he going? Where's this guy going? Jeff!
We miss you!
Yeah, Jeff's not. Jeff
But,
is...
You think we got a rematch coming in the NBA Finals as well?
Yeah, I think we got a rematch going. Popovich. Where are you going?
No, I had to close the door.
Oh.
There's some noise.
We thought you had a surprise coming for us, Jeff.
No.
Oh, yeah.
I wish I had a surprise. No surprise though. Looking at the other big events happening while I'll be gone, which we still could probably have a podcast while I'm in Italy. Like I said to Andy beforehand, I'd love to have a nice podcast from the inside the Coliseum. I'm sure that would go over well.
I have a podcast from Quick Trip Park. That's where I will be.
I could go to Faroe Field. Can you continue something cool? Oh no, we'll figure it out. I've yet to kiss the 50. I still need to do that. Check that off my career list at Mizzou.
I'll say this. We'll go for another 5 to 10 minutes or so before Andy has some prep work to do for today's Air Hogs game. Andy, who are they playing today for the folks?
They're playing the Lincoln Salt Dogs. They're at 5:05. It's a doubleheader. In the American Association, doubleheader games last 7 innings. So it will probably be, about 5 hours long. And starting pitcher tonight for the Air Hogs, Brandon Vargas. Brandon Vargas, 1-0 on the year.
Give us some information on this.
Sure, let's get some information on Vargas. Vargas is 1-0. He's had 2 really good starts. He's a rookie and left-hander out of
righty or lefty? Where are we talking?
He is a lefty. He is one of 2 lefties on this Air Hogs pitching staff. The other one is another starter, so it's an all right-handed bullpen.
Oh.
So that's how we roll around.
Did you say an all left-handed bullpen?
All right-handed.
I was going to say, beautiful.
Left-handed would be even.
Would you rather the Air Hog bullpen or the Mets bullpen at this point, Jeff?
I'll still take the professional team.
Yeah. Which one?
Well, the major league team. I won't take
The major league team. Are you sure? We used to have.
We should have.
He's not on our team anymore, but we used to have Yency Brazaba.
I would have given advantage to Air Hogs, except Valverde got cut, so I'm going to give it to the Mets now.
Do you have Esteban Yan, Andy?
Who?
Esteban Yan.
No, we do not.
From Simpsons fame, Tampa Bay Devil Rays.
No, we have a guy. I don't know for Jason Botts.
Jason Botts. I remember Jason Botts.
Former Texas Ranger.
Yeah, Jason Botts.
He's batting fifth. Batting fifth, designated hitter today.
Oh, man, his career's fallen off the face of the earth. It's kind of like Timo Perez.
He was telling me about how great of a teammate Mark DeRosa was.
Mark DeRosa from University of Pennsylvania, quarterback there, Bergen Catholic.
Whenever we start playing who he played for again, I'm going to just guess Mark DeRosa. I swear he's been everywhere.
DeRosa had a very nice
DeRosa, Grizzlonic, you can also get. That's a good bet.
What about Mark Loretta?
Oh.
Mark Loretta, that's a good one.
Actually, we could do, you know what, a reverse thing when we have more time. So when Andy, it will either A, I'm not eating dinner in 10 minutes, or B, Andy doesn't have a game.
Broadcast is not enough. Yeah.
We'll actually do a reverse who he played for, and we'll have what teams did that guy play for.
Oh.
You have the player, and you have to guess the team. So
yeah,
it'll be very interesting. Oliver Miller will probably be first up. Your boy,
What about Darren Oliver, your boy?
And Darren Oliver, former Met, former Texas Ranger, former Toronto Blue Jay. He might be a current Toronto Blue Jay.
Houston Astro.
He pitched for everybody, but before we let Andy go and end this thing prematurely today, we're gonna probably want this thing to be between a half hour and an hour. Usually today we're going a soft 20 minutes to get Andy on his way to Air Hogs baseball in about an hour from now. Andy, I sent you my World Cup predictions over the weekend.
Yeah.
You want to fill in the folks to tell them that I'm not a pure idiot when it comes to soccer?
Yeah, here we go. You gave them to him on my phone, so it's very small.
Well, Phil,
I will pull it up. I will pull it up. Here we go. Okay, so you got Brazil and Ecuador, which is, I guess, expected.
Brazil and Ecuador?
Yeah, Brazil and Ecuador in Group A.
They aren't in the same group. I have Brazil and Croatia in Group A.
Oh, I read that wrong. Yes, Croatia.
Yeah.
You have them over Mexico. That's interesting.
Well,
if line is just very, very suspect.
If you read my prediction game per game, Andy, I had Mexico finishing 0-1-2 in the World Cup.
Speaking of what, that was one fantastic Champions League final for the people that caught that.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you could say that.
Modric for Real Madrid is one of the best attacking midfielders in the world. I mean, he is somebody that's truly a player to keep an eye out on for this tournament.
You got to feel awful for Atletico, though. They really have the lead that late, and then not only lose, you give up the goal in the 93rd minute of regulation, and then you lose by 3 goals.
Yeah.
And that's got to sting. But again,
just ran out of gas. They played.
Yeah, they were gassed at about the 82-minute mark.
They were one of the best defensive teams, one of the best defensive performances you'll ever see on a stage like that. But
they were brilliant. They just, as you said, Joe, they were gassed. They were gassed around the 80th minute and just hung in there, and then
makes you question the Diego Costa move early on in the game. If you remember that he came out after about 10 minutes, that really could have been.
You wonder how much that is an implication of his status for the World Cup for Spain. So
yeah,
they probably, Diego Simeone probably had somebody talking in his ear saying, "Oh, don't take risks with him.
Don't
not do that."
Andy, from back to the World Cup. Do you have any bold predictions for the folks at home? I'm sure we'll talk again before the World Cup starts on the 12th, correct?
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, we
Once
hopefully
I actually get a solid prediction on that, because I still haven't filled out a bracket.
Do you have any bold, anything bold at the at this time right now?
I told you that the U.S. would beat Ghana.
Really?
People don't think that's going to happen. I think it will.
I have a 1-1 draw in that match.
I think I'm the biggest Ghanaian supporter. I don't think they will, but they have the potential to win the group. I seriously believe with their speed and the experience that they got 4 years ago, they were returning most of their team. I think they're a lot more dangerous than Portugal. Portugal is not scary in my mind. I think that's the best attempt at points.
I have Portugal coming out of the group.
You just have to score against Portugal.
I have Portugal
That
drawing
defense.
Germany and the United States and beating Ghana 1-0.
I wouldn't be surprised if Portugal-U.S. was a 0-0 draw.
Other than that, Andy, I think the only other one you really gave me a hard time of was Nigeria over Bosnia.
I didn't give you a hard time on it. I just told you.
Well,
That's interesting.
I really know nothing about either of those teams. And as always, it's a requirement for me to pick South Korea to make it out of the group, regardless of how good or bad they are.
Yeah. I definitely think there's a chance they do that. Belgium will take that group, but then other than that,
Belgium's going to win the group. I have Belgium, as I told Andy Humphrey at the moment. I have Belgium in the World Cup final right now.
I have them in my semis. You have to think whether they have the experience or not, but the talent is there.
I have them losing to Brazil, as Brazil will win a World Cup on home soil for me. I would love to see Argentina go in there and win it. I just don't think they have enough.
No. One other side note that I would say quickly keep an eye on the tournament. Group D is also kind of a group of death with Uruguay, Costa Rica, England, and Italy.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be a fun group to watch alongside Group G, which is the American group.
Would you argue, Andy, also that Group B is just as strong as those two groups?
Group B, I tell you. Well, the thing is, you can't say that it's more strong than Group G. Australia waters things down.
It's very top-heavy, and I would not be surprised if Holland made an early exit in this tournament.
Well, wouldn't you say that those top three teams are just as good as any other top three in another group, Andy?
I mean, I could, but
would you?
Group of death worthy? I don't see that.
Do you think Group G is the group of death over Group D?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It goes.
Yes, I think so.
D.
Yeah, that's
Because
fair.
I think England is it says 13 next to their name. I think they're overrated.
I think they're going to have an interesting tournament, though, with the youth that they have coming out of Liverpool and Everton, clubs like that. You have Sturridge and Sterling on the wings with Rooney up top. England.
Yeah.
The problem about England is they always find a way to mess it up, and that's why nobody ever gets behind them that hard. But it's a new lineup this year, which is definitely going to be something to keep an eye out for, because they're a lot more athletic and a lot more speed. But again, you're playing against Uruguay, who is one of the best attacking countries in the nation, and then Italy is just it's consistent contender for any tournament you have. When you have Buffon, Pirlo, Balotelli, although he's had a terrible past year, they're just so consistent.
I'll say this before we end this for today and come back either next week or 2 weeks from now before the World Cup. Italy, England. It's a 6 p.m. local time kick here in the States. That's Eastern time. But in Rome, is it midnight?
That will be a fun time.
Midnight kickoff on my 21st birthday. So that
There we go.
will be very interesting to say
Very interesting.
the very least. Andy, before we end this, so you can get on with your prep, I can get on with dinner, and Joe can get on with whatever he has to do.
Yeah, he's not doing anything.
Go Northern right now, actually. Go in the studio.
Oh, well, see, he's doing something important then.
Oh,
What's Joe Northern doing there?
He's in town. I don't know why he's in town. He'll be in summer, Como half the summer. He's gonna teach me out how to work the board for our show this Saturday.
Tell Joe Northern to that he should join us on this horrible Google Plus Hangout broadcast.
Yes, he should.
Andy, before we end this, what do you got? What do you got for the week ahead for these folks? The poor souls watching us.
The poor souls?
Yeah.
It's plural. You said
I don't have much. I have baseball.
In baseball.
Independent League Baseball form. That's what I have. Hey, you can listen on Ustream.
Yeah.
Go to aircomicsbaseball.com, click on the Ustream icon.
If you folks can, give him a listen. He, for a college version of Vince Scully, he's not too bad there, Andy Humphrey.
Yeah.
Joe, I'm sure you probably got to be starting to take some class or something, but other than that, you've probably just been sitting on your behind and doing nothing.
Just about. Just about. Hanging out in Como. Again, show starts this Saturday, noon to 2. Talking a little bit of sports. A couple new freshmen on the show alongside with me, Will Black, DJ Diaz. Hopefully some more youth coming into the studio next year. So just working, finding stuff to do, basically. And I also might be starting to write a column for KCOU under Kyle Norris as our sports director. He offered me to do one weekly, so I might be doing a basketball blog or something along those lines.
Fun fact, Kyle Norris was in East St. Louis today and survived. Good for Kyle Norris.
Way to go, Kyle.
Way to go.
We are proud of him.
What a trooper.
Also, KCOU's football schedule hopefully will be out soon. Well, as soon as this broadcast ends, I'll probably talk to these two fellas for a minute. But regardless, this has been the inaugural Overtime Live Google Plus Hangout. We're going to do this again because we'll have more material, we'll have more time, we'll have more people. We'll also open up the chat, the Q&A, which will be great if we open up the Q&A. Wonder who would actually get the key. Oh, well, according to this, it is.
I can't say zip whip anymore. That's why we need to go.
Now it's just a Q&A. So
that's just a Q&A.
So, Joe Leyland, Andy Humphrey, this is Jeff Parles. This was Overtime Live's Google Plus Hangout. We're gonna do this again next week. Day to be determined. We will actually tweet it out from our accounts.
Yes.
So we'll do that. Everyone, have a good week. I'll see you guys from Italy, folks.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Take care, everybody.